Hello, dear ones, it's Salus. I am of the stars. I thought I would offer you the uncut version of my attempt to record Psalm 35 back on the 10th of June. I should have explained a little about this. It was a day that was full of dark interference. I decided to go for a ride to see some of the Santa Monica Mountains roads that I really love. And I ran into 3 roadblocks that really consumed a lot of time. You had to wait in line because there were one lane on each side, the roads, and so one lane of traffic was allowed to go through while the other waited, and then vice versa. So it took forever. I went up Stunt Road, and that had a traffic block. And then I went down Tuna Canyon, and that's one way partly. It's just one lane partly, and that was also tied up in the 2-lane area. And at that area, there were just tons of workmen. And I ran into a really gnarly, nasty astral story that may have happened, a long time ago. Or it seems immediate, like it's happening right now, but it probably was circulating in the noosphere and happened a long time ago. And it had to do with a crew foreman who had gone berserk the previous day and killed 3 members of his crew, and then was thinking that very day, purportedly, I'm sure this is not true, he was thinking that very day, it seemed, that he would kill more people that had seen that happen. And then as I finally got through that roadblock, it seemed like he found out that I was onto this, and that he was sent somebody down to interfere with me physically. But this didn't happen, you see, so this was just an astral plane projection that was going on, that he was out there, back there on the road, killing all kinds of people, But I thought I would, in my mind, I thought I'd call the sheriff for that area and just ask him to look into it, right? So I tried projecting out to the sheriff. There's some very good sheriffs out that way, and talking about it. And it turned out, it's a very bad day for dark interference. It turned out that I reached some guy that was a very good friend of this other fella, and he wanted to cover for him. And he was pretending he wasn't, but he was pretending he was a sheriff. And so when I got down to Pacific Coast Highway, somebody started following me in a pickup truck, and their idea was they were going to do me in, right, for their friendship for this other Looney Tuner person, right? And so this is how dark interference goes. And you have to get out of that timeline and into some other timeline by optimizing or by speaking sacred words or something that uplifts a situation into the light, So, so I was going down PCH trying to get back home, and I thought I would take Topanga Canyon. What do you know? Another roadblock on Topanga Canyon, right? So I got through that one much easier. And then I thought I would speak these Bible verses for protection, prayers of protection, spiritual protection that are used in the Philippines against the black magic that's indigenous there. So I found a quiet spot, only not so quiet, and there was incredible interference from people coming. It was such a quiet dead-end street. People kept coming down or going back up the road, and a small aircraft was circling overhead. I swear, crazed traffic controller stuff was going on, and then it's after circling overhead, it started zooming past, and another one zoomed past overhead. I was in the middle of a forest, for heaven's sake. I mean, what was going on? So I thought I would offer, I have already offered the cut version of Psalm 35, which is a major psalm for spiritual protection. The guy The guy that wrote that psalm was in serious trouble, and here I was in serious trouble too. Noise trouble, mainly, because just before I had turned onto the dead-end road where I was going to be reciting the psalm under an oak tree, right? The man that was following me in the pickup truck, I sent him a blessing, and he decided at that very moment, he sped on past me and decided to give up the idea of injuring me physically. So that had gone by, but still there was this like detritus, this leftover dark interference that was occurring during the psalm, while I recited the psalm. And so I thought I would, just for your perusal, offer, for the sake of contrast, against the cropped version of Psalm 35 that I put online, I'm offering the whole enchilada. So you can get a notion what a dark interference day is like and how we have to get through them by rising to the light. Hello, dear ones at Salus. I am of the stars. I have another prayer for spiritual protection from the Bible. This is Psalm 35 from the King James Version of the Bible. Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Let them be as chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like all my bones, we'll try again. All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like unto thee, which deliverest the poor from him that is too strong for him, yea, the poor and the needy from him that spoileth him. False witnesses did rise up, and they laid to my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me evil for good, to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into mine own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily, as one that mourneth for his mother. But in mine adversity they rejoiced, and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me. But in mine adversity they rejoiced, and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me, and ceased not. With hypocritical mockers in feasts, Wow. With hypocritical mockery in feasts, they gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lion. Oops. Okay. Wow. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions. I will give thee thanks in the great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with their eye. Oops. Wow, this is so hard. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause. Let's try that again. Let not them that are mine enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, Aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. This thou hast seen, O Lord. Keep not silence, O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself and awake to my judgment, even unto my cause, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord my God, according to thy righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Ah, so would we have it. Let them not say in their hearts, Ah, so would we have it. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. Gosh. Let them not say in their hearts, Ah, so would we have it. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. This is such a noisy place. Let them not say in their hearts, Ah, so would we have it. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at mine hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Yea, let them say continually, Let the Lord be magnified, which hath pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. Amen. That's Psalm 35 from the King James Version of the Bible. In love, light, and joy, this is Alice B. Clagett. I am of the stars, and so are you. Come and visit me at my wonderful, world-class WordPress website Awakening with Planet Earth. https://awakeningwithplanetearth.com.